Hi everybody, Brennan Stark here from Y Innovations. Today I'm going to be walking you through our development plan for 2903 North Jefferson Street. It's a 4,500 square foot property that we just acquired in the city of Wilmington, and we're going to be building a 660 square foot straw bale home for a homeless low-income family to live in. So we have three main goals for this development project. The first of those is to promote the use of sustainable, natural, energy efficient, environmentally friendly materials in construction. And we want to show all of the advantages of the materials that we're using, and we want to do that in a highly visible area in the city. And we want to show that these construction practices do not have to exist on the fringes of society or on the fringes of the construction industry. Our second goal is to build sustainable lives and promote responsible home ownership solutions. We want to lower the barrier of entry and open up home ownership to people who traditionally have not had that opportunity. And the way that we do that is twofold. It's first by limiting the cost of construction to build the home up front, which limits a person's mortgage payments. And then second, on the back end, creating a really sustainable home that limits utility costs and creates a home that's affordable to maintain in the long run. Essentially, what we want to do is make it so that anybody who at least has a minimum wage full-time job can afford to be a homeowner. And we put that qualification in there about a minimum wage full-time job because homelessness is a very complicated issue. And while it certainly has something to do with the rising costs of living, chief among them being the rising cost of housing, it also, unfortunately, a lot of times has to do with social systemic issues, things like mental illness, alcohol and substance abuse, issues that need to be addressed before someone's ready for the responsibility of homeownership, before someone's ready to have a full-time, stable job. So that's why we want to work with organizations like Family Promise, like Delaware Center for the Homeless Veterans, Sunday Breakfast Mission, Habitat for Humanity, to work with people and get them to the point where they're ready for the responsibility of homeownership. And then once they're ready, we want to give them the best deal possible, a deal that's so much better than what they're going to find anywhere else, and just make it easy for them to be homeowners. Our third goal is just to involve the larger community in talking about these issues, creating a communal dialogue. These are big, important issues. Things like homelessness, home ownership, sustainable development, how we're building our cities and towns. And we want to get as many people as possible passionately talking about these issues and contributing their unique perspectives. So as far as the details of the site, like I said, it's a 4,500 square foot lot. It's 45 feet out in front, and then it goes 100 feet back. It's over at 29th and Jefferson Street, and our acquisition cost for the property was about $5,000. Getting into the design, we're building a 660 square foot straw bale home. Here you can see some 3D modeling of what that home's going to look like. Obviously the colors are not exactly realistic, but you can sort of get a sense of what the home's going to look like. It's a very simple, efficient, elegant design. It's two main bedrooms, one full-size bathroom. There's a kitchen, a dining room, and a family room, and that's pretty much it. Getting into straw bale, here are some examples of what straw bale homes typically look like. On the left, you can see that's before the building is plastered and finished. On the right, that's more of a finished, plastered building. The really cool thing about straw bale construction is that it's a really energy efficient wall system, which I'll get into more detail about, but energy insulation values for straw bale wall systems run around R30. They can even get up as high as R40, which is really, really good. The other thing you can see is that it can be framed just like traditional dimensional lumber framing. The way that we frame at Y Innovations is 3 feet on center with 4-inch thick framing members, which just means every 3 feet there's a framing member, and the straw bale wall, the straw bales essentially just insert in between it. and the straw bales don't support any of the weight of the roof. That's all in the posts. Alright, so getting into some of the features of our home, like we said, we have an energy efficient straw bale wall system, energy insulation values above R30, solar panels power the entire system. We have a energy efficient air source heat pump. It's a ductless heat pump, and the way that heat pumps work is that they take heat energy that already exists in the air outside the home, and then using electricity, they transport it back into the home. It's a natural convection process, and it can actually be reversed in the summer. So when you want to cool your home, you can take heat energy that already exists in the home and pump it back out. So it turns into a cool pump. So basically the heat pump is your heating and your cooling system, which is very cool. All low energy appliances, we use a natural rubble trench foundation. That's something I use in pole barn construction, and it limits the amount of concrete we need to use. Passive solar design, so we maximize the solar gain we're getting from the free energy that already exists up in the sky. We've got 2 bedrooms, 1 full-size bathroom, an earthen floor for thermal mass. We use space-efficient design, net zero energy design, which essentially means that all of the appliances, all the electricity that powers the home is created by the solar panel. So we're generating as much energy for this system as we're actually using, which means you get a electricity bill every month that's essentially zero. Then all natural lime plasters on the main exterior walls limits the need for drywall, and a rainwater collection system. Alright, so now let's get into some of the details of this energy efficient system. We have a bunch of component parts that work together to create a home that performs superior to traditionally built homes. And it all really starts with that straw bale wall system, which has insulation values around R30. What that does is it reduces your heating and cooling needs because heat energy isn't escaping through your walls. Then with that, we also use a thermal envelope. So we have to make sure that there aren't any weak spots in our home. We got to make sure that the floor is insulated properly. We've got to make sure the foundation, we got to make sure where there's framing members, where there's wood, we don't want heat escaping there. In the roof, of course, so we create a thermal envelope that makes sure there's no weak spots. We use passive solar design that also limits the amount of supplementary heating you're going to need. Then when we do need supplementary heating, we have a heat pump. That's a very efficient way of heating and cooling the home. We have efficient electric power appliances, all electric appliances that reduce the overall energy the system needs. And then we have solar panels that provide all of the energy that powers this entire system. This whole system is net zero energy, and all of the energy that goes into it is created naturally from solar panels. So it's natural, clean energy. Alright, so now getting into our cost of development, we split that up into the hard construction costs, things that actually go into the building of the home, and then some of the soft costs, which are more so things associated with running this development project. So with those hard costs, one thing to keep in mind is that those prices you're seeing there are through deals that we have with amazing subcontractors. And the way a lot of those deals work is that the contractors work with us at cost, which means that they donate their expertise and they donate their labor, and we just pay for the actual materials that are being installed. So, for example, with solar panels, after state rebates, we're paying nothing to have them installed. SunnyMax Solar is doing the installation for free, which is awesome. If you included labor into those costs, if you didn't have that opportunity there, it'd probably increase the hard construction cost by about $15,000. As far as the long-term costs of the homeowner, these are the costs every month to the person who's going to be living in this home. Our whole goal is to limit these costs and make it more affordable to live in this home. And that starts with having that monthly mortgage payment of only $250 a month, which is less than 20% the average here in Wilmington, and Wilmington is even below the average nationally, so that's a really good deal. You don't find a mortgage payment for $250, that's unheard of. Then on top of that, electric bill, we're putting $15 a month there, but honestly, a lot of months it's going to be less. It really just depends on the usage habits of the person who's living in the home and how much they use their appliances. Water, sewer bill, homeowners insurance, property taxes, cable, internet, trash and recycling. The total cost of home ownership ends up being $685 a month, under $700 a month. And that's really how we're able to open up home ownership to people who traditionally don't have that opportunity. We're trying to make it easier by limiting these monthly costs. Breaking it down into the long-term savings for the average very low income household, and we define that as a household making under 60% of the local area average median income. Electricity, they save about $150 a month on average for a home of this size. Mortgage and rent, using a conservative estimate for the type of families we're targeting, Habitat families, Family Promise families, typically they're paying around $900 a month for their mortgage. So they're saving $650 a month on mortgage or rent, which is already, that $900 figure is already a deal. So this is completely unheard of. For a monthly savings of $800, and that comes out to an annual savings of $9,600. Now remember, that's for a family that might be making $20, $30 at the most for the entire year. So this is a game changer, and this is what's allowing us to open up home ownership to people who traditionally don't have that opportunity. Getting into some of the environmental benefits, we went over a few of these, but we have a rubble trench foundation. It's a stone foundation that limits the amount of concrete needed. Of course, that limits the CO2 emissions. All the appliances are electric, and they're all powered by clean solar energy. Natural lime plasters on the main exterior and interior straw bale walls. That limits the amount of drywall that you need. And then the straw bale walls themselves, they function not only as the wall system, but they also function as the insulation, so they limit the need for that higher embodied energy foam insulation. We have an amazing lineup of partners that are making this project possible. First, P2 Structural Engineering, Peter Patton over there has been doing amazing work for us, doing all of our engineering, making sure that the building is going to perform the way that we want it to perform, creating all of our building plans. Sunny Mac Solar, Matt over there, doing our solar installation. Congregation Beth Emeth, Rabbi Robinson, has been a huge help as a community leader throughout this process. M. Davis and Sons doing all of our electrical installation. The Pelsa Company doing all of our land surveying, our site plan, our site details. Brandywine Construction Company doing our main sewer, main water installation. Family Promise helping us identify the family to live in the home, helping us make sure their transition is as safe and comfortable and smooth as possible. Pace Electrical consulting with us throughout the whole process. Rob K Design, of course, couldn't do this without the amazing work from Rob and his team documenting this project every step of the way. He came out to Michigan with us. We're going to have our new website up for you in a couple weeks, and we can't wait to share their work with you. We also have a series of stakeholders. These are people that we've met with throughout this project who have a vested interest in this project going well because they work on similar types of things. The Wilmington Neighborhood Conservancy Land Bank, a new entity that is charged with acquiring the vacant buildings and lots in Wilmington and then getting them in the hands of people who can develop responsible home ownership opportunities. So they have a vested interest in seeing how the city develops and seeing it develop to promote active home ownership opportunities. The city of Wilmington, we've met with the mayor's office down there. The people there really recognize this as a priority issue, the way that we're developing our city and developing the city such that there are affordable housing options. They're doing great work. We're excited to work more with the city. Natural Cottage Project, Deanne Bedner and Chris McClellan over there, professional natural builders, that between them they have over 50 years of experience in building. I've learned pretty much everything I know from them. Home Depot, just 6 blocks down the road from where we're building at 2903 North Jefferson. We're hoping to get a lot of the materials for the building donated in kind from them. Delaware State Housing Authority, talked several times with them. They're the largest provider of funding on a state level for affordable housing construction. While they're not funding this project, we're looking forward to working with them on subsequent projects down the road. Sunday Breakfast Mission, Reverend Lehman over there, they do great work. They're the largest provider of daily services to the homeless population here in Wilmington. Looking forward to hopefully providing some of the people that go through their program with affordable housing. Port Hope Group of Delaware down in Dover, Pastor Aaron, Sue over there, they're working on creating a tiny home village for the homeless population in Dover. Really cool. Finally, just our timeline for the project. We're working right now on finalizing some of the details with our building plans. Plan is in October to submit for our building permit. February, Brandywine Construction will be out doing the sewer main and water main installation. In March, we'll have our official groundbreaking ceremony. Construction will begin midsummer, construction will end, and then in the late summer, early fall, we'll have our family move in. So it's going to move quickly. There's going to be a lot going on. We're excited to get to work on this, and we're eager to involve people. So if you're interested in getting involved, definitely reach out. You can email us at yinnovationsofficial@yinnovations.org. You can also find us on social media at yinnovations on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We definitely would love to hear from you if you're interested in getting involved. We're always looking for funding, so if you're interested in making a donation, definitely reach out. And that's all for now.